Hello everyone. So my name is Ravi Babu, and dear student, in this session we are going to discuss the most important elements, you can say, and you can also say pillar of circuit theory, and these are nothing but active and passive elements. So everyone knows it. What is the definition about active and passive elements, beta ji? But in this session I will try to elaborate the basic properties and the main difference in between active and passive elements. I think, dear friend, as you know that what is the meaning of active and passive in general, sometimes we use that word or these words in common life also. Okay. So here actually we are going to discuss active and passive with respect to circuit theory. And you know very well, I think subject to subject, the meaning of active and passive may change. Okay, for example, if we are considering analog circuit or power tonics, then sometimes you can say your MOSFET, IGBT, BJT, etc. type devices are called active, whereas your diode is called passive. So see, थोड़ा सा difference आ जाता है in circuit theory and in other subject. So here we are interested to discuss active and passive elements for the circuit theory. So first, I want to tell you what is the meaning of active element. Then we will discuss passive element. Okay. So I think you know very well, dear friend. Active elements means the elements which can deliver power. इतना तो हम पढ़ते हैं ना. अच्छा, कुछ लोग ये भी कह सकते हैं बेटा कि एक्टिव एलिमेंट कैन डिलीवर पावर और कैन डिलीवर इनफाइनाइट पावर. Sometimes what I realize, I want to tell you, कि यार the element which can deliver power, it is not exact definition of active element. Because I want to tell you one thing, and then we will discuss active and passive again in detail. So let us assume, according to this definition, I want to say, beta, here we have some battery, and the battery voltage, I assume some Vs. Okay. So first thing I want to ask to you. Now tell me, dear, this Vs will be independent quantity or dependent quantity? This is a battery voltage, you know very well, battery voltage. It is DC, a battery kind of. And then I want to ask you, this Is will be variable or constant? So here you know very well, for the ideal voltage source, we may have the Vi characteristics in such fashion. Okay. So you know very well, beta, this Vs is independent quantity and does not depend upon the variation of source current or this current Is. So here I want to draw the Vi characteristic for this battery, and it is something like this. So I want to select this horizontal reference as a source current and this particular vertical axis for the voltage. And see, for any value of current, either 0, 1, 2, 3, 500, 1000 ampere, anything, Balak, this Vs is constant for all values of current. So the most important thing, if I assume this Is is very large current, like theoretically you can say infinite current, then what will be the power delivered by this voltage source at that particular instant or in that particular period when your Is tends to infinite? So those, you know, or we know very well, power is nothing but voltage into current. Okay. So I want to say, beta, this V, I want to replace by this Vs. So Vs, where Vs is some constant value, maybe 10 volt, 1 volt, or high voltage like 1 kV, or you can say sometimes 10 kV also. But what about this Is? Is is nothing but some variable quantity. Okay. So that particular voltage source can deliver power, okay, in this fashion or by, with respect to this equation. See, I want to say, but at some time or instant, Is is 0. Okay. Fortunately or unfortunately, the value of this Is 0. So in that case, beta, the minimum power delivered by this particular battery is nothing but 0 watt. When it will be 0? When Is is equal to 0 ampere. Okay. Similarly, what can be the maximum power delivered by the same battery? So I want to assume beta because this IS is variable and depends upon the type of element which is connected across the load, across the battery terminals. Okay. So I want to say this IS is kind of infinite. So in that case, Vs, and I assume IS is very high or kind of infinite, then in that situation, my dear friend, it is capable to deliver very huge power or infinite power theoretically. Okay, obviously it is not meaningful in the practical world, but still this is possible in a mathematical way. Okay, so this is the first thing. But in this situation, you can say very easily, IS either will be very high or infinite kind of. So here you can draw the waveform of power response with respect to the variation of IS. So I don't want to say beta this uh, we have to consider like Vs as a vertical reference or horizontal reference, because Vs is independent and constant quantity. So basically power depends upon the current. So I want to say if the current increases, power will also increase. See properly beta, if the current increases, so power will also increase. So in such fashion, what will be the response of power with respect to the variation of current? Almost beta RAM, almost RAM. So if your load is still varying, this current can be unbounded also. And after some time when this current will be unbounded, you must be sure that your battery is going to pass very huge current. And due to that current, your battery may get damaged also. Okay, so this is the first thing. Now, beta, I want to ask you another thing. See properly. Here, if this battery, I want to say beta, is connected with some like fixed load, okay, then for like in general, in how much time period our battery may get discharged? ये अगला क्वेश्चन है, in how much time period this battery can get discharged in practical way. तो एक काम करते हैं बेटा, लेट अस अज्यूम कि हमने कोई बैटरी मार्केट से परचेज की, ओके, बैटरी समझ लीजिए, सेल समझ लीजिए, ओके। तो अब डिपेंड करता है, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हम मोबाइल में जो बैटरी यूज कर रहे हैं बेटा, तो वो एप्लीकेशन पे डिपेंड करेगी कि कितने काइंड ऑफ आवर्स हमने मेनली स्क्रीन का यूज किया, काइंड ऑफ वीडियोस और या जो भी। सिमिलरली बेटा अगर हम किसी बैटरी को लें जो कि इन्वर्टर में कनेक्टेड है, इन अवर डोमेस्टिक फील्ड वी यूज इन्वर्टर ना, व्हेन मेन सप्लाई इज ऑफ, इन दैट सिचुएशन, so what is the main purpose of this inverter? It will convert beta DC signal into AC signal. And where is our DC signal? DC signal is nothing but, you can assume, this battery, okay? So actually the source for the energy in that case when your inverter is operating is nothing but your battery. So this DC power will convert into kind of AC power, or this DC voltage or current will convert into AC voltage. So this is the main job of inverter. Now, in how much time period this battery may get discharged, you can easily finalize. Now, similarly, beta, हमने एक cell लिया, and that cell I want to use in some remote control. Okay, I want to use some in remote control, beta, or maybe in like any electronic devices like a trimmer, or in any LED, or in any tube light, anywhere you can use. Okay, that type of cell or batteries. So see beta, either we are using in mobile, or we are using in like you know very well inverter case, or we are using in remote control. In all cases, that battery will operate minimum in general I am saying minimum in terms of hours. Minimum in terms of hours. This is the first thing. Now, the most important thing, again, I want to discuss with you, my dear friend. And that is nothing but beta, can you tell me this battery will deliver real power or reactive power? So obviously no beta, it is the DC kind of source. So whenever we will connect any load across this battery, that load must be DC only. Then only this battery can operate. Otherwise the frequency will mismatch and battery cannot operate your load. So obviously beta, this battery will deliver only real power. And that real power with respect to load, I want to say it is nothing but beta P is equal to I RMS square into R watt. So this job is also done. अब क्या है कहानी बेटा कि बैटरी पावर कौन सी डिलीवर कर सकता है? रियल पावर डिलीवर कर सकता है, एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ आवर्स डिलीवर कर सकता है. Now I want to ask you another question. Let us consider Balak one inductor, okay? And that inductor beta ji is already charged. That means the initial energy of this inductor is not equal to 0. So I want to write beta at some time WL T minus is not equals to 0 joule, is some non-zero value. Okay, for example, 1 kilojoule, 500 joule, 200 joules, etc. And this charge inductor beta G, I want to connect across some resistive load in such fashion. And at t equal to 0 beta, that switch is going to close. Okay, at t equal to 0. Now see beta, here t minus I want to say. So this switch is going to close at t equal to 0, and that is t minus. So we can say roughly beta, this energy given, I want to say at 0 minus, which is not equal to 0 joule. Okay, or for time being, I want to say beta, it is roughly 100 joules. Okay, job is done. Now the initial direction of current beta in inductor is given this one, and the value of inductance is 1 Henry, and this resistance is 1 ohm, and that switch is going to close at equal to 0. Now see, in this particular circuit, you know your inductor is already charged, and once your switch is on, Balak, please mind it, once your switch is on, then this inductor will work as a source for this resistance. And we know it beta, I think properly or in detail, inductor does not allow sudden change of current. Okay, inductor does not allow sudden change of current. But in sometimes beta, in rarest to rare case, if we are applying any impulsive voltage across this inductor, my dear friend, inductor current may get changed suddenly. Or we can say definitely it will change suddenly if we are applying sudden change of voltage across this. Okay, so now see what will happen in that situation if inductor current is not going to change suddenly. Now beta, the direction of inductor current will not change, and in this circuit you can see only 2 elements are there. So obviously this inductor will discharge through this resistance, and when inductor can discharge beta G, only when the polarity of inductor will change. So in that situation, our current will flow minus to plus, and I want to say this is VL. And in resistance beta, current will always flow plus to minus, can never flow minus to plus. Why? Because this resistive element will always either absorb or dissipate power or energy. But this inductor can store, deliver, so anything can happen. So here beta, this inductor is kind of bi-directional in terms of power. So sometimes beta power will stored, or sometimes power will deliver, it depends. But for the resistive case, power you can say will only absorb. So due to this thing, you can say beta, this element will work always like a load. Okay. Now here beta, see properly. In this case, if we apply KBL and want to determine the current equation in time domain, so IT will come, okay, in such fashion, IT will come IL 0 minus into e to power minus R by L into T. Now you can say beta, what is the meaning of R by L? It is nothing but beta, inverse of tau. So for this first order system, tau is nothing but L by R. What is the L and R beta? Inductance and resistance. So I want to say again beta, you know very well, VL is equal to L di by dt. So what will be the unit of L? Is nothing but, see properly, L, volt into second by ampere. So volt by ampere into second. And what is the unit of R beta? Volt by ampere, roughly. RV equal to IR by Ohm's law. So here beta, V by A into second, V by A cancel. So what will be the unit of this tau? Is nothing but seconds. Now from the control system and mathematics, आपको ये बात दोस्त पता होनी चाहिए कि टाउ बेटा वो टाइम इंस्टेंट होता है जहां पे आपका इंडक्टर कैपेसिटर या तो 63% चार्ज होगा बेटा, या 63% डिस्चार्ज होगा. So I want to say at t is equal to tau, either your inductor or capacitor beta will get discharge approximate 63% or will charge approximate 63%. Its exact value is 62.82% of the final response, you can say. Now, what is the steady state time? I want to write with a steady state time, TSS. I want to write with a steady state time, TSS is nothing but approximate 4 tau. Approximate 4 tau, I want to say. So TSS, steady state time, which is approximate 4 tau. Job is done. Now, but 4 tau means 4 into the multiplication of this time constant. And I think practically you knows, my dear friend, L cannot be in terms of Henry beta directly. It can be either micro Henry or milli Henry. So I have selected here very huge value, very high value. Practically that type of inductance value in general not possible. I want to repeat, practically beta, such type of values of inductors are not possible. Generally, the values of inductor either will be in micro Henry or milli Henry or just less than 1 Henry, we can say 0.1, 0.2 at the max. Okay, see, if we will talk beta with respect to practical value of the inductance and resistance, then this time constant will always come in terms of millisecond. I want to repeat, will always come in terms of millisecond. So this settling time will also come in terms of millisecond. Okay, no issue, but I want to consider this theoretical values. So tau will come beta L by R is nothing but 1 second. So this value will approximate 4 seconds. Now, can you tell me beta one thing? What is the meaning of steady state in this particular circuit? The steady state time indicates that inductor will get fully discharged at T equals to TSS. See the beautiful statement beta. This inductor will approximately fully discharge at T is equal to TSS. And after that, that particular circuit will not provide any current, energy or power. It means it is fully relaxed system in which beta energy will not flow. So kind of neutral system. So in that particular situation, this particular network will not be a circuit. You know what is the basic difference between network and circuit. Now, conclusion pe aate hain. Here in the previous beta example, when we were discussing about the DC voltage, that voltage was capable to deliver power for a certain time interval, and that time interval was in terms of beta minimum. I am talking minimum. That interval was in terms of hours. But here beta kahani khatam ho rahi hai in terms of seconds. In terms of seconds. So see, I want to tell you one thing which is really very, very important. And in general beta, you have, or many students have confusion in that type of topics. What is this conclusion? Battery can deliver power in terms of minimum, I'm talking beta, in terms of hours, maybe in terms of days, or sometimes in terms of months. It depends actually type of load. But in general, never in terms of seconds. What about inductor and capacitor? If they are really working in a proper way, then discharging time cannot be more than in terms of milliseconds. In terms of milliseconds. This is the basic difference in between DC battery and inductor capacitor. Now see beta, the magic of this, the analysis of these two elements. One is capable to deliver power for a long time interval. Another is capable to deliver power for a very short time interval. So due to this long time interval, that type of elements are called active one. And due to this short time interval, these type of elements are called passive one. Passive one. What about resistance? As I told you, and you know also very well, resistance is not capable to deliver the power, dear friend. Then obviously, resistance will also come under the category of passive elements. So one point is clear to all of you, I think. Now, beta, if somebody will ask to either in interview or in any exam, for example, GATE, ESC, PSU, any exam, then if somebody will ask what is the main difference in between active and passive. So first thing you have to tell and never forget, and that is nothing but active can deliver power for a long time interval, whereas passive can deliver power for a very short time interval, or in some situation, passive elements are not capable to deliver power. They can only absorb, for example, resistance. Hope so it is clear. Now, another thing, see properly. The current response of this particular circuit, this one beta, please follow this current response. And if I want to draw that response with respect to time, please mind it beta, with respect to time, then it will be exponential decreasing. So see, it is not providing constant current for your load or resistive element. So this is the response of current IT beta. And here I want to draw this response with respect to time t. Somewhere here you can show, my dear friend. Okay, somewhere here I want to show some t tau, and somewhere here you can show beta TSS, after which this current will almost be zero or very small, almost negligible. So here beta you can write your IL0 minus or IL0 plus, whatever, and this current you can give some name beta 0.37 approximate of IL0 minus, because 63% decrement. Okay. Now, this is the response of current. And now see basic difference in between this current when inductor will work as a source and when beta battery will work as a source. So see, when battery will work as a source beta, that current will controlled by load and can be any value, So that element can deliver any amount of power, even constant power. Okay, for a particular period, if you required, if you are fixing your load here, fixed beta. Or if you are providing fixed load across this battery, then obviously current will be constant. But here beta, if your load is fixed, okay, still your current is not constant. So always your light will dim beta. Okay, like with respect to time, pehle intensity high, then decreasing, and finally intensity will be almost zero. So this is the another negative thing about the passive element. Now you can ask, sir, then what is the meaning of passive element as a source? As a source. Okay, just wait. We will discuss in detail. Can you tell me, beta, in general, in the analog circuit or in the power electronics, in these two subjects especially, and sometimes in measurement and control system also, in aerospace technology, or you can say, beta, in a very sensitive electronic system, can you tell me, beta, simple one thing? What will be the, in general, what should be the conduction time of a particular device, like BJT, MOSFET, IGBT in general? If you have that idea, then you can easily identify what should be the main use of charge inductor or charge capacitor. Here I want to tell you one thing, beta. All the electronic devices, for example, beta, for example, I want to write diode, BJT, MOSFET, IGBT, etc. beta. Okay. So like that type of devices generally operates, my dear friend, at high frequency, or we can say high switching frequency. High switching frequency. Now you can say, sir, what is the meaning of high switching frequency? That means beta, the speed of turn on and turn off will be very high. And generally these type of devices beta we use for a very short period, so that we can reduce the harmonics and ripples of the required signal. So see, Balak, when our IGBT, MOSFET, diode, etc., BJT, etc., SCR, GTO, TRIC, etc. type devices are going to operate for a very small time period, then inductor and capacitor really very you can say, or in other words you can say beta, superior energy sources or best energy sources, because we want to deliver power for a very short time interval, in terms of 10 microsecond, 20 microsecond, 100 microsecond. Even 100 microsecond is somewhat long time period. Okay. And in terms of electrical engineering beta, it should not be more than 20 millisecond. And our inductor and capacitor can work only for few millisecond beta or some microsecond. उतने पीरियड के लिए ही इंडक्टर और कैपेसिटर को एज ए सोर्स ऑपरेट करेंगे. अगेन आप पूछ सकते हैं कि सर जी अच्छा ये बताइए, जब बैटरीज और करंट सोर्स आर ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल, देन व्हाई यू आर सो इंटरेस्टेड टू यूज such type of passive element like inductor and capacitor as a source? My dear friend, it is really a very fantastic question and valuable also. I want to suggest you that just take one battery and one inductor in your hand and observe what is the difference in weight and size. Weight and size first thing, then efficiency, then controlling phenomena. Battery is not capable to control sudden change of current. Capacitor is capable to change a sudden change of voltage. Similarly, beta, current source is not capable to control the sudden change of current, but inductor is capable. So sometimes when we are really interested to control the sudden change of inductor current or sudden change of the system current or sudden change of system voltage, really we require inductor and capacitor is the first thing. Second thing, whenever we want to operate inductor and capacitor as a source for a very small time period, they are much better than batteries or current source. In other words, active elements. See the basic difference. And due to this reason, my dear friend, sometimes in some field beta, passive elements are better, and in some situation, obviously, active elements are better. So I want to suggest you just these two terms beta, you can easily distinguish by this analysis. Whenever we want to design any electronic circuit, for example, television, radio, FM, we can use inductor and capacitor as a source. But to operate television, FM, radio, mobile, metro, anything beta, we require independent sources or kind of active elements. So actually it depends upon the uses. और वो क्या है बेटा कि जब हमें इंडक्टर, आराम से सुनिए, जब हमें इंडक्टर और कैपेसिटर की बात करनी है तो दो बातें ध्यान रखनी है. Inductor and capacitors are really best sources in which field, where we want to control the variation of current and voltage, and second thing, we want to deliver power for a very short time interval. And where beta active elements will be better, the field in which we don't require much control over the current and voltage and want to transfer power for a long time period. So this is the basic difference in between the active and passive elements. Now, beta, the most important thing again I want to tell you, and this is the third point related to passive and active. See, my dear friend, the designing of batteries is somewhat easier in comparison to inductance. The designing of battery is really easier than designing of inductor. And you know very well, I think, the designing of current source is kind of impossible. The designing of current source is kind of impossible. But we can easily design, in comparison to this current source beta, we can easily design high frequency inductance or low frequency inductance or inductance according to desired frequency. Similarly, we can do same job with a capacitor also. So see, sometimes it is really not easy to design some relevant elements according to the requirement. In that situation, we want to replace sometimes beta battery by a capacitor or capacitor by a battery, current source by an inductor or inductor by a current source. So actually it depends. Okay. Now beta, again, the active elements and passive elements, beta, we have already discussed. If you have any doubt, you're like most welcome to ask any query or doubt at this moment, or you can ask after some time. Okay. Now, beta, I want to write again some active elements and passive elements. Okay. Active elements and passive elements. So here I want to write beta active elements and passive elements. Okay, so you can also write elements and elements. Okay, now the passive elements, as we discussed, beta resistor, inductor, and capacitor. In general, or etc. you can say. And here beta we can say voltage sources, comma beta voltage sources, comma current sources. Like you can also say in electronics field beta, all the electronic devices. Okay, electronic devices, one thing. And here beta you can also say some transformer, extra, many more examples are also available, you know very well this thing. आगे बढ़ते हैं बेटा. Now see, voltage source and current source can be AC or DC. I want to repeat beta, these voltage source and current source can be AC or DC. So independent means, my dear friend, here AC sources can be independent, DC sources can be independent. Plus beta, the most important thing, dependent sources. Okay, dependent sources are also called beta active elements. As I told you, why? Because beta active elements, as I told you, just wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute beta, active elements. Now see, as I told you beta, diode in electronics field, diode is called passive element, whereas BJT, MOSFET, IGBT are called active elements. Because when you will do small signal analysis, you know what is the meaning of a small signal analysis. In that analysis, you can easily find dependent sources inside the body of BJT, MOSFET, or IGBT. So that dependent sources are really sometimes capable to beta control the variation of current or voltage. Okay, so that's why beta these elements are also called active elements. So here the voltage or current source, AC or DC, anything beta in general called independent active elements. Independent active elements. Okay, whereas beta this MOSFET, BJT, IGBT are called dependent sources or dependent active elements. Okay, both are same thing. Here beta we have resistor, inductor, and capacitor, where inductor and capacitor can deliver power or absorb power. So I want to write in short, can absorb power as well as beta deliver power. Whereas this resistive element is capable to only balak absorb power. So this resistive element will always absorb power, and that power has some standard relationship, is nothing but beta I RMS square into R. Okay, either for DC or AC, for both signals this relationship is always valid. But please mind it, this thing is valid only for this resistive element. And as I told you at the beginning of this session, so just keep in mind also beta, this inductor and capacitor are capable to deliver or absorb real power only in DC circuit, whereas beta inductor and capacitor are responsible for reactive power in the AC circuit. Similarly here beta, these DC sources are responsible only for real power, whereas the AC sources are responsible for real and reactive both. Okay, so I will give you the detail of that type of element again in upcoming sessions, but here I just want to give you a brief idea. Okay, so on this behalf beta, I have mentioned some definition of the active and passive element. So I want to share these definitions and examples with you. पहले बेटा हम लोगों ने एक भूमिका बांधी, सारा डिस्कशन किया. अब ये होता है कि बेटा एक रिटन फॉर्म में आपको दिया जाए, so that it will be good for you. Okay, just take a screenshot और उसका आप चाहें तो जीरोक्स ले सकते हैं and collect all the like pages in a particular file. तो एक नहीं होता, एक अपना नोट्स बनता रहेगा और आपको एक्स्ट्रा मेहनत करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Okay, so this is the thing. Now beta here I have mentioned some definition, and that one is standard definition. So they can deliver, store, or like with some internal losses beta. So this is the definition. For example, I want to tell you, अगर बेटा कोई बैटरी हमें चार्ज करनी हो, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल घर में देखो, when main supply is on, inverter battery, जो इन्वर्टर के साथ बैटरी लगी रहती है, that battery will absorb power. Absorb power means beta current will flow positive to negative. And when beta main supply is off, same battery will work as a source. Now current will flow negative to positive. And obviously, Balak, I think you know very well, and before some time we have discussed also, this battery has some internal resistance. So active element की definition क्या दोगे? the element which can store energy, which can deliver energy with some internal losses. This is the definition of active element. And these elements are capable to deliver power for a long time interval, as we have already discussed, like mathematically also. Okay. What can be the example of active element, beta? Just here written: AC sources, DC sources, voltage sources, current sources, independent sources, dependent sources, like this, generator, alternator, etc. Similarly बेटा, what about passive element? Okay, जैसे अभी डिस्कस किया था कि बेटा जी बहुत इजी है. One inductor can store power when beta stored energy or power when current will flow positive to negative, and the same inductor when will work as a source, the direction of current cannot change suddenly, you know very well. So the polarity of inductor will change, and in this situation beta, second situation, inductor will work as a source. In first situation, inductor will work as a load. And obviously, whenever we are interested to design any inductor, there will be some finite resistance बेटा. नहीं होता कि किसी भी बॉडी को डिजाइन करते हुए इतना हम कुछ भी बन जाएं, ओके? लेकिन काइंड ऑफ देखिए, कुछ भी बनने का मतलब आइडियल दुनिया को छोड़ के अगर भगवान भी बन जाए तो भी सब कुछ सही नहीं कर सकते हैं. ऐसे ही यहाँ पे बेटा, इंडक्टर में आप कितनी भी दुनिया लगा लीजिए नॉलेज की, बट यू विल नॉट और यू विल नेवर बी कैपेबल टू मेक द इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ इंडक्टेंस जीरो. और वो जीरो नहीं होगा तो इंटरनल लॉस तो होगा. So see beta, passive element can also store energy, can deliver energy with some internal losses, but for the short time interval. See, अगर आप ये पहले दो स्टेटमेंट देखेंगे बेटा, पहली दो लाइनें देखेंगे एक्टिव और पैसिव की, so you can easily identify कि definition is same. But at the end beta, long time interval, and here beta, short time interval. It is the main difference in between active and passive. Hope so it is clear to everyone. Now, what are the example of passive element? As I told you, transformer is nothing but just inductor. So you can say transformer, resistor, inductor, and capacitor. हमेशा ध्यान रखिए बेटा, active element है, then these element जो भी examples होंगे active के, these elements are capable to deliver power or also they can absorb power. Doesn't matter, either active elements are independent or dependent. But in passive element, dear friend, sometimes these passive element can only absorb power. And we have single example for this, and it is nothing but resistance. Whereas inductor and capacitor can do both things. Okay, either delivering or absorbing, it depends upon the circuit situation. Hope so it is clear. Now beta, I want to show you some symbol of like active element, or you can say independent sources, similarly some passive elements also. Okay, so see beta, this is the voltage source, and you know very well when current will flow beta in like I want to write some A point and B. So when current beta will flow A to B, you can easily identify this battery will absorb power because current is flowing positive to negative. So I want to mark with red color beta. So in this fashion, our wait a minute. I want to show beta, this is the current, not power. Okay, so it will be good for you. Otherwise, we can show by power also. Okay, Balak. So here I want to say I. So when beta current will flow A to B, this battery will absorb power. How? In detail we will discuss in previous like upcoming sessions. Okay. And when current beta will flow negative to positive, then this battery will deliver power. So in this fashion, now I want to write down with respect to direction of current, ताकि आपको ध्यान रहे and you can easily remember it. So in this direction beta, battery will absorb power, and in this way battery will deliver power. Okay, and please mind it beta, here your Vs is constant and I is variable quantity, will depend upon the circuit situation. Similarly Balak, here the voltage will be variable, voltage across current source, and this Is is constant. जैसे बैटरी में हुआ बेटा, I is variable, V is constant. Now in current source, I is constant and V is variable, and the polarity of V can be anything. जैसे बेटा यहाँ हुआ था, please mind it, plus minus minus plus. जैसे यहाँ हुआ, direction of current can be anything, but polarity of voltage cannot change. In current source, direction of current is fixed, but the polarity of voltage can change. So when current beta flow minus to plus in this way, minus to plus, then it will deliver power, otherwise absorb power. So I want to mention in this way, when beta voltage plus minus, that means current will flow minus to plus, it will deliver power, and with respect to minus to plus, it will absorb power. Hope so it is clear. In the same way beta, you can consider AC current source and AC voltage source. So I want to write beta, this is the A terminal, this is the B, similarly A and B, and all are independent active elements. Please mind it, independent active elements. And every beta body has some internal resistance. For example, you know very well, I think for current source, the internal resistance will connect in parallel nature and that value will be very high. We will discuss each and everything in detail also, okay, in the analysis of independent sources. Similarly, beta, this voltage source has a very low or a small value of resistance in series with, okay. And similarly, we can discuss AC sources also, okay. So these are the just symbol presentation. Now here, beta, I want to tell you dependent sources. So how many type dependent sources we have? And we have separate lectures of dependent sources also, beta. But just for the introduction in the active element, I want to tell you. So dependent sources means, beta, like the value of this particular voltage source will depend upon any other quantity of current or voltage. So see, beta, the symbol of voltage source, the symbol of voltage source, the symbol of current source, the symbol of current source. So we have, beta, four types dependent sources, and all the dependent sources are called active elements, okay. So as we already discussed, beta, it is active elements, okay, active elements. Now see, beta, properly, this particular voltage source, so when current will flow in this direction, obviously, beta, I want to write some I1 current, okay. So when current will flow minus to plus, this battery will deliver power. Similarly, beta, this battery will deliver power, otherwise they will absorb. And in the same way, if the voltage generated in this fashion and current will flow minus to plus, so it will deliver power. Similarly, with this thing, if the current is flowing in this fashion, then this particular battery will absorb power, okay. So this current source will absorb power. So same concept here we have to apply. Now why they are called dependent? Because, beta, the value of this battery will depend upon I. See, I will depend upon I. So this is, beta, see properly, the voltage source value will depend upon current I. So it is, beta, current dependent voltage source is our first case. Now here, see, beta, this is the battery and battery value will depends upon some V. So V पे depend कर रहा है, that's why it is voltage dependent voltage source. Now beta, see here, this is the current source and the value of this current source will depends upon current. So it is nothing but, beta, current dependent current source. And the last job is nothing but, beta, this current source and the value of this current source will depend upon V. So it is nothing but, beta, voltage dependent current source. So one job is over. Now what about another? See, beta, the battery value, try to understand, this battery value is controlled by current. The battery value is controlled by voltage. The current value, beta, is controlled by current, and the current value is controlled by voltage. This is controlled parameters, beta, okay. Now see, beta, in this terms, it is also called current controlled voltage source. In other words, beta, current controlled voltage source. So in place of dependent, you can also use word controlled. Similarly, beta, here voltage controlled voltage source. Here, beta, current controlled current source. And similarly, voltage controlled current source. And rest thing about dependent sources, we will discuss in detail. As I told you, beta, I will try to maintain one lecture around 30 to 40 minutes with respect to dependent sources only. Okay, so please don't get panic. इसमें इतनी प्रॉपर्टीज हैं बेटा कि डिस्कस करेंगे तो आपको रियलाइज होगा, because here we are discussing active and passive, so that's why I don't want to go into much detail. Okay, now beta, next thing is passive elements. Okay, so the passive elements example I want to write here, passive elements. Okay, passive elements. So in general, beta, in circuit theory we have three passive elements: a resistor, inductor, and capacitor. And many more examples are also available. But in circuit theory, basically we want to deal with these three elements. So I want to, beta, show here resistance first. You know very well, resistance, beta, will always responsible to dissipate power. Okay, so first thing, in resistance, current will always flow plus to minus is the first thing. And according to this, beta, some voltage will develop. Okay, and it will always absorb power, and that absorbing power we can easily determine by this equation, where this I is I RMS. Now, what about inductor and a capacitor? So here I want to write beta inductor and capacitor also. So inductor, the symbol of inductor will look like something. And here beta current can flow plus to minus or minus to plus. So I want to say write I, and this is the value of inductance. And similarly beta, in some situation, current can also flow like minus to plus in this way, IL, this is VL and L. So in first case of inductor, when current will flow plus to minus, it will absorb power. So P absorbed by inductor is nothing but beta VL into IL. And similarly, P deliver is nothing but VL into IL. As I told you many times, beta, आपको बस एक point ध्यान रखना है. If we have any element X, okay, doesn't matter this X element is active or passive, dependent or independent. If current is flowing with a plus to minus, so guaranteed absorbing power. And if current is flowing negative to positive, guaranteed delivering power. Doesn't matter this element is active, passive, independent, or dependent. Just keep this property in your mind. When current flows plus to minus, it will absorb power. When current flow minus to plus, it will deliver power. Same concept we are using here also. Now, in the same way, I want to tell you capacitor also. So what about capacitor? Here, wala, capacitor symbol will look like something. And when current will flow in such fashion, and I want to assume this is the voltage polarity. Whatever develop here, this is the current beta. So in the capacitor, voltage polarity cannot change suddenly due to the properties of capacitor. So I'm not interested to change this polarity, and I want to say it is V. But the direction of current I can change. So here beta I. Now see, current negative to positive. So this element will deliver power. And that power we can easily write beta V into I. And here beta, this capacitor will absorb power. So we can write P is equal to V into I. And the units of all power will be watt only. Please try to understand. And we are discussing here beta DC circuit. So they are responsible only for real power, not responsible for reactive power. But as I told you, just keep in mind, when inductor and capacitor are present in AC circuit, they will be responsible only for reactive power. But in DC circuit, they are responsible only for real power. Okay. So thank you. We will meet with a new topic beta in the upcoming session. And meanwhile, if you have any doubt, you can text me on my number. Okay. So thank you beta, everyone.